This is from NFL.com, and it will explain a little bit about why the Browns ended up at 3-14. In addition to the offense, this is ranking all 32 teams relative to tackling by missed tackles, and the Browns ranked dead last. 55% is what they grade out at, which is an F. Chiefs were first at 94.6. The Ravens were second at 93.8, and the Broncos were third at 92.0. Browns posted an 83.7 tackling efficiency, worst in the NFL. Denzel Ward missed a team-high 20 tackles, tied for third most among cornerbacks. A league-high 10 Browns players, so double figures in Browns players, missed at least 10 tackles. 3 of them didn't convert 70% of their tackle attempts. So there are a number of reasons for that. You're on the field a bunch. You're trying to create turnovers. Those are the two things that lead to missed tackles. And the offense being so bad and turning the ball over so much necessitated both of them. I can find reasons, but the bottom line is they still were the worst tackling team in the NFL by a number of metrics.
Well, I mean, you start with one major factor. Who should have been the leading tackler for the Cleveland Browns last year? Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Season ended early. And what were some of the positives, Dave, that we talked about, certainly back in 2023? It was hats to the ball. So even if the first guy was maybe only getting a piece, you want to know what? The runner didn't get any more yardage because he was slowed down just enough. There was the next guy to clean him up. When, again, I think you brought up some good points, certainly about the amount of time they were on the field, certainly. And it kind of missed tackling. It gets like a virus. You know what I'm saying? One happens, then two happens, then three happens. It's kind of like when we've had our conversations about, dropping the ball, receivers and such. It just seems that once one happens, you get ready for that domino of others. It's something that obviously needs to be improved upon. Look, it is the number one aspect of what your job is as a defensive player in the NFL. Is it easy? By no means whatsoever, but it's extremely important. Denzel, a prime example, Denzel, everybody's always been so concerned for Denzel and the physicality in his head, which may or may not cause injuries. And, I'm not going to speak for Denzel here, but look, some of that gets in your head. And, are you trying to make sure that, hey, I'm not going to take a knee in the head when I'm bringing this guy down? It's a really, difficult game, as we all know, certainly. But, yeah, that's been a prime example. And I think, from 23 to 24, when you talk about things on that defensive side of the ball, look, there are a number of differences, certainly. But in 23, even if the first guy missed, it usually didn't make a difference. In 24, when the first guy missed, it usually meant, like, we're talking 10, 15 yards. They were back-breaking at times. And look, there was a lot of pressure on that defense. You kind of understand it, but you certainly cannot forgive it.
No, and the injuries are probably the reason there's 10, so 10 different guys because you had so many people playing. But again, there are a lot of reasons. You just got to fix it. You can't be the worst tackling team. You got to be near the top half of that to get that corrected.